Hey guys, welcome back to On the Grid. And there's one reason I'm in Race Room today, and that's because the DTMs have dropped. So let's get inside and see how much is that? $14.18. What's really cool though about this is that in the DTM 2020s, there is a lot of cool new little features. One is the push to pass has been added. I talked a bit about it when I was kind of doing a little sneak peek on the DTMs a couple of weeks ago, I guess. So first of all, I want to do, let's get that. So that's in my cart, confirm purchase. Excellent. So we are good. So what I'll do is let's get out of here and go back to single event. We'll just kind of go through and see what these DTMs look like. Where are you? There, DTM 2020. So we have the Audi RS5 DTM and the BMW M4 DTM. Obviously, we have, Mercedes is not there, which is really unfortunate, but that's fine. These two cars are still great cars. Now, let's go into the BMW M4 and take a look at this. I love the Timo Glock livery. This is probably one of my favorites, and the Art Grand Prix. So let's go back and check out the Audi, I should say. Usually I don't like really blocky cars like that, but that's actually a really nice one. So Rene Rast, that drives me crazy when you don't get the end of the name, because I don't want to pronounce it wrong, but that's the WRT Team Audi Sport. So let's go with Rene Rast. I love Sachsenring. You know what? I'm going to go there because it's probably one of my favorite tracks. And the reason it's one of my favorites is because I used to do MotoGP and I used to love getting on Sachsenring just because of the long loop and then the downhill and then nice uphill onto the start finish straight. It's just such a fun track, and I'm actually curious to try these cars out on that. Okay, so I'm going to take you through some of the key things that have been added in the DTM 2020. So there's really one big feature that's been added, and that's the push to pass. Previous DTMs had only DRS. I'll show you where you map that out on your wheel settings. So basically the way push to pass works is you get like up to a maximum of 24 activations, but you only have one within each lap. And it's not available to the race leader, obviously, and is not something that's based on like DRS where you have to be within a 1 second gap, much like Formula One. This is available anytime during the lap, and so you can't use it. Now, the key thing is when I said that it's not available to the race leader, if you're within one sector and you become the race leader, your activation is deactivated, so you won't actually have it. It's really meant to help kind of trying to catch up the leader, mid-pack, in the back of the pack, anything like that. So that's really what push to pass is meant for and where the benefit is. The other thing is the DRS. The way it works is you get 3 activations per lap that is based on the amount of laps you have. So for example, here I have set it to 20 laps, so I'm going to get 10 activations, right? The thing is though, is if I use those 3 activations within one lap, basically after 3 laps, I have no activations left. So, and this is also, again, not available to the leader, and you can activate it any time during the lap as well. So it really comes down to a lot of strategy based on when you're using push to pass, when you're using your DRS, how many DRS you actually have, and how many push to pass activations you use. And that's what I love about the DTM is because there's so much strategy included by having these features in there. All right, so that's kind of like the main key things that have been added in DTM 2020. There was a few other updates that came along with today's update, like some sound fixes, some sound optimizations, some of the tracks like Suzuka, Red Bull Ring, and Brands Hatch, possibly, if I'm not mistaken. These were all updated to the 2020 layouts and statistics. And then one of my favorite cars, which is the Formula Race Room 90, they had updated some of the backfire sounds on that. This game is great at giving you really nice immersive sounds from inside the cockpit, exterior car views, especially when you're watching replay and things like that. So really, really good. Let's get in. I'm just dying to try these cars out in a race. All right, so first thing I'm actually going to show you is how you map out that push to pass. So you're going to go into your control settings under your edit assignments. You're going to see a new menu item added here, push to pass. So I had these mapped when the time attack competition was released, so I mapped them already. But basically I have my DRS. I'm using the Formula V2 wheel because it's the closest we have to a kind of GT or DTM wheel from Fanatec. And so until they release a GT wheel, wink wink, this is probably the closest thing you'll get to that. On my advanced podium module, I have this mapped to my top right paddle, and I have the push to pass B8 mapped to my button closest to my left thumb. So it's just quick and easy access to get it. And so that's pretty much all you need to do to map these two different things out. All right. That should be 24. Maybe a little bug or something. So we have 24 push to pass. Oh, there we go. And 2 DRS, which will get activated on the next lap. Knowing Sachsenring, I think the best place to use push to pass would either be on the downhill straight or on the final corner before going up that hill. So I don't want to be in first place because then I'll lose this. So the idea is to show you guys how this all works. So I'm going to time it, get it right on the final. Come on, just right as soon as we turn here at the top to get the hill momentum. There, push to pass is on. Yeah, maybe I'll save it for the final corner. I think that's where I would need it most. Oh, this AI. Hold on. I'll use the DRS now just to try and catch up. Don't go in first place. God, it's so difficult to fight yourself from wanting to be in the lead. So I'm going to use this DRS on the hill, going down, then I'll use the push to pass, going up on the final corner. My tires are getting hot, though. We gotta be careful. The DRS sound is great, though. We're making it work, for sure. But then I'll lose my push to pass, so here, DRS. Yeah, you're not getting in front of me. Sorry. I mean, I feel bad, but that's the thing. So this really becomes handy if you're mid-pack or trying to catch up in the back. But it gives you a good idea of how it works, though. I mean, the physics on these 2020 DTMs are really, really good. I'm really happy with it. The sounds are great. Did you see him squeeze up through there? Look at that. He must got some 7th gear or something. Alright, so it'll give me an opportunity to use push to pass the DRS again. Oh yeah, that was my final lap. This kind of a series, there's so much strategy in what's going on, where you're positioning, when you're going to use the push to pass, when you're going to use the DRS. It looks so good. This time, we're going to take the Beamer. Yes, and we'll take the Timo Glock. Not sure if there's any changes really made. There was a few modifications made to the physics because a lot of feedback from the community. So, yeah, this looks good. All right, remember, don't be in the lead. So I think there might be a bug in the Audi because it was showing 22 or 23 push to pass before starting, and then it updated when the player control took over. normally do this. I don't know why I'm hitting these guys. And I have no tuning setups at all, so I would normally tune these like crazy. I just love how the AI is making me work. Like right there. Alright, let's get the push to pass. No, actually I'm going to save it this time for the final corner. I keep wanting to take that corner like I'm in MotoGP. I find the BMW handles the corners a little bit better. Right? Get that DRS, first one. And you can see, I mean, there's definitely getting that boost. So I don't want to be in the lead. Okay, sorry guy, seriously. I'm not meaning to do that. I just feel like we're slowing down too much into the corners. I feel like I'm hooked up on that shit. Here we go. DRS. You have to slow down because you get way too much speed into this corner. And perfect. I have pushed it past. So if that's what it's going to take, you're going to have to read each track and find out where the best place to use these. This is so fun. You see the AI, they're like literally right there. They're sandwiched in. I mean, if you never race DTMs, if you want really fun racing, just like you see, I'm constantly having to work this because they're all over me. All right, here, buddy. DRS. Oh no, push to pass. Do I get him on the final? Oh. Do I undercut him here? Ooh. Oh no! They're all over me. Damn. Seriously, that was awesome. It was so fun. I need to do a good 20-lap race.